Welcome back to Amazing Life. If you're new to the channel, I'm David.
And I'm Holly.
And we are on the Wyoming BDR, and we're going to be beginning section 7 today. We're doing the Wyoming BDR from north to south, so all the section numbers will be backwards, which I apologize for that. It's a little complicated. But we just finished in our first episode, section 8. If you have not watched that episode, it's right here. And that will kind of give you a clue of what the Wyoming BDR is all about, as well as kind of what our plan is for taking advantage of it. So at this point, we're going to get off the rest of section 8 and start section 7 very shortly. And it is looking to be a pretty interesting section. There's an expert part that is going to give us a little bit more technical type riding, especially for motorcyclists who are doing this. Quite a bit more technical for you guys. And we'll see what kind of technical it is for Jeeps. But based on section 8, I can tell you that the views, if they get better, I don't even know how I'll stand it. So what do you think of section 8?
Section 8 was amazing. So today, and our weather is gorgeous after a rainy night last night.
So there were a few complications last night, but based on that, I can tell you that unfortunately for this episode, there will be no drone footage. So that kind of gives you some insight on what happened at the end of section 8. So anyway, we're about to get out of here and enjoy the views.
So we'll see you in a little while.
So we just stopped in at Bear Lodge. Bear Lodge is cool. It's got, like, if you stay there, if you're a motorcycle rider or whatever and you need a place to stay, you're not camping, that is a cool place to stay. It's got full bar, it's got food, restaurant, gift shop.
I heard him say swimming pool.
Is there a swimming pool?
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be a pretty cool place to kind of wind down yourself. So keep that in mind when you're planning your route.
And then I was behind some people with a trailer with their bikes on it to get up here, and they were letting them leave the trailer. And they're doing the north to south as well, and then coming back, is my understanding. They were letting them leave their trailer there, so I thought that was nice.
That's good to know. I mean, that's the tricky part. If you're coming from the north, it may be easier to start north to south and then deal with the slog back because your tires don't matter as much, right? Yeah, so there's a little bit of pavement, but really it's less than I thought. It's only like less than 6 miles, so maybe it's not worth airing down or even preparing for on-road. I just go slower, and then now here we are. So now we're back to going off-road again, and this starts the expert section.
Woodchuck Pass.
Now, if you're doing the regular section, there is quite a bit more road to do, so that might be a decision that you guys need to make. If you're not doing expert, you may want to air up. As I look at the map, you can see the expert section comes through here and goes all the way around down to here. Yep. And so if you're doing the regular section, it's going to take you all the way through here, and I believe that actually stays paid for a little bit longer.
there?
Yep. So we just came up on this really cool looking rock formation. And I kind of want to check it out and see what this looks like, because I'm hoping I can climb to the top. This is when a drone would have been really cool. Back when I had a drone, you know, like yesterday.
This is beautiful. Oh my goodness. So glad it's sunny.
You got the white knuckles holding on the top, keeping your feet bottom up inside. Heading for collision in the night, really never gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out, heavy, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out, look at the colors,
Perfect.
colors, colors around. Look at the colors, colors,
This trail so far has been a lot of fun. Nothing too terribly technical for a Jeep, although
Unless you're me.
what I'm about to do right now is a little technical.
Okay, this
but,
is a little scary.
but for a motorcycle, some of this could be a little challenging, especially it looks like it's really sandy too, and so, but yeah, for a Jeep it's really a piece of cake. But you can do this on a smaller bike as well. Big bikes, you probably need to be pretty good about what you're doing, but you can do it. Big bike so far could definitely do this. The area is beautiful. We've got beautiful blue skies with big white puffy clouds. It's just, oh, this is fantastic. Temperature is 69 degrees. This is what it's about. I am digging it. Pretty decent hill climb coming up here. Again, especially for motorcycles. Not too big a deal for Jeeps, but
All right, all of this that we just came through, I am so glad you were driving. I switched at the opportune time. I didn't have to try to do all of that.
yeah, it got a little bit more complicated.
passenger's a little scary.
At least I know what's coming.
I know.
Sometimes you don't.
I know, I can't see sometimes.
So it looks like we got out of the really rocky part, and now it's kind of dumped us out on a bigger road. Obviously bigger fifth wheels and everything else can get down this one. So I don't know how far this goes, but it looks like it's gonna, this type of terrain may be with us for a few miles, so maybe a mile. Well, we've been getting, it is early afternoon now and we're getting a little hungry, so we found this little place to eat, and I think it's gonna work out. What do you think? So pretty cool. It's what's called a splash dam, and it's actually still here. So this thing was back in construction, was built as early as 1892. Construction of this dam occurred around 1905. Pretty cool that it's still there.
Yeah, it is.
This is just very cool. This is very cool. So I'm guessing that these splash dams basically made the water rise behind in order to make it deep enough for them to float the ties, the cross ties, down while they're making the railroad. I think that's what the splash dam is, the purpose of it. And then they'd let them go through as they had ties to drop down. Very cool. And the fact that it's still here, it's so cool. I'm loving this trail, loving it. Well, that was a beautiful little lunch stop. If you guys want to find that little creek along your way, it's a great place if you've got some dirty clothes and things like that from the trail, and you'd like to just rinse them or whatever, or if you're hot and you want to cool off. It is crystal clear water, and it was a great place. You can be in the shade or in the sun. Fantastic little site. We're going to keep on moving through, and we're making a lot better time now that we kind of got on this graded. This is a nice graded road, so we're making really good time now.
And there's campsites around there.
Yeah, and there was actually a campsite right where we were eating, so whew, what a cool place to camp that would be. So, and it's just right off the road, so pretty neat.
Person down there too.
Truck. This section is definitely a complicated section on motorcycles. So I mean, again, 4 wheels, no big deal, but yeah, you're going to need to pick your line pretty carefully on a motorcycle. The boulders are pretty big. You know, you can use them to launch yourself, which is a lot of fun, but depending, the landing could be different. So yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful landscape though. If you see all these prairies, and I heard bleating of sheep and like a lot of them, but I never could find out where they were coming from. So.
And I heard howling when I got out.
Yeah, but I never could find them, so I'm not quite sure where they were. I think back there where there's so much rock face and everything else, I think it kind of echoes around, so it's a beautiful area. Wow, so we're coming off of the grasslands and now here we are looks like we're going back into the forest.
It's just so cool how the terrain
doesn't cease to disappoint.
No, the terrain
me.
just changes and it's so vastly different.
This is so cool.
Which way do we go?
Left. Now we're back in this stuff. This is just beautiful.
This looks like Sherwood Forest or something.
Looks like wagons should be coming through here. Medieval wagons.
Oh. Yeah, this is so cool.
Cow standoff. Thank you, Kevin. The smell of sweet sage permeated the fields through most of Wyoming. It was a fantastic smell.
Wow, that's so good. Oh man, that smells so good. I wish I could just take all this home.
Well, this is just remains absolutely beautiful. We're going to be kind of rushing through a little bit of this now that we're off the expert section, just simply because we've got a friend of ours that we're trying to meet up with, and he's meeting us in Tinsley, and we're still a long ways from Tinsley, so we're going to kind of move this through, and we may not film as much of this as a result of that. And so we're off the expert section. This section is gorgeous. It is very it's graded, and so should be able to make better time, much better time. But we still got a ways to go. So here we go. All right, so we just got off the smoother area, just past the Paint Rock Lodge
And Medicine Lodge,
and
Lake.
Medicine Lake. So if you have the time, by all means, stop at the Paint Rock Lodge. That's a mouthful. But like I said earlier, we're kind of in a rush at this point. Unfortunately, we're going to meet up with a buddy of ours in Tinsley. And the expert section, the beauty of it, and some of the speed of the terrain required us to take a lot more time than we really thought we were going to have to, and a lot like what we're going through right now. So as you can tell, it's pretty rocky, and it is, again, it's not difficult, but you don't do 30 miles an hour through here. So I have a feeling that we're going to be on the trail at dark. So luckily we know where we're staying tonight. I just, had intended to get there a little sooner than this, but it's beautiful. So Holly, what are your thoughts on this last section
that we've been going through for the past several miles.
Well, this particular section after leaving Medicine Lodge Lake is very rough and well, so far very little reward. At least the expert section where it was super rough had continuous things that surprised us and was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Now I will say out your window is pretty gorgeous, so
There's that.
I may have spoke too soon, but I got that kind of view from the expert section too, and it was not nearly as rocky as that for the most part. Phew, at least we are on some smoother road now, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe for the moment. But yeah, we still got a ways to go. Whoops. But we're making progress. Maybe we'll get there before dark.
Not likely.
I was just being optimistic. I will just say this particular section I don't need to repeat.
That said, on a motorcycle, this would be balling. This would be a lot of fun on a motorcycle. And it is a BDR, so it's made for motorcycles.
I know, that's why it doesn't bother me. It's just, I've done it, I've experienced it. I don't need to do it again.
It's working a G.
This particular section.
That said, if we could slow down and do, 50, 60 miles a day, then this would be all right, because we would have been stopped an hour ago. But we're not. Well, do you still think the view's not worth it?
All right, I take it back. We just weren't far enough yet.
Wow.
I have to say,
This is spectacular.
if it wasn't overcast and rainy in different directions,
Oh my gosh.
this would be absolutely spectacular.
I want to camp here.
And there is almost a 360-degree view up here, like mountains everywhere. I don't know that they'll pick up on the GoPro, especially with all of the overcast skies, but it's amazing. So I would do this part again. Okay, close enough. David, you're scaring me. He had to park right on the edge.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going through all this rough stuff and talking about, man, this is pretty bouncy and blah. And then we come up on a semi with a trailer. Things you see in Wyoming. Well, I know we're not gonna have any hairpins. It just cracks me up.
Crazy!
Looks like it's a little injured. The bumper's not quite on straight anymore.
Well, but if it can make it up here, we can make it down.
Oh, it's not a matter of that. It's just how long is it going to take us. This is a little better, though.
All right.
A little better. Okay, to be fair, after we saw the semi, this is what we're dealing with, and it's a lot easier. So, I can now see how he got back there. I'm going right, yeah. But yeah, this is a much smoother. I'm actually registering 25 miles an hour, which is fantastic. So, back to making up a little bit of time. We're still a long ways out, but we're making good time now. So once you start dropping down the mountain and you finally get on this road, you start dropping elevation fast. So we went from 9,300, something like that, feet, and now we're at 5,397. So, and it smooths out. I mean, this road is fantastic now. So you can pick up some time once you get off of that mountain part. So we just made it into 10 sleep, and we went to the brewery
which unfortunately closes at 8 p.m. So there was
where we were going to camp.
Which is where we were going to camp. If you're going to camp at that location, they have this. You can't just get a reservation through them. They use hipcamp.com. I couldn't even get the website to come up, so it's a little squirrely, and I was not at a level to handle the frustration. So anyway, we came down. Our buddy Craig has met up with us. He's in a very nice new Gladiator, looking very nice. Got a little splash of dirt to kind of go with the accent, with the tan accent, little dirt accent there. And so, Craig, it's good to see you, brother. What a ride.
Dude, I waited 3 hours at the truck.
I cannot believe you sat there for that long. And we've been sending messages like smoke signals, everything else, you know. We never could seem to find the right message to get to you.
Well, that's because you didn't open a beer.
It's called inReach. You need an inReach.
I do.
Anyway.
Okay.
They have food here.
Yes.
They have food here. We're going to eat here. We're going to relax a little bit, unwind.
And then we'll find a place.
Craig, it just happens that the section that we skipped is the part that they talk about on the BDR movie,
okay,
about it being that long slog of mud and everything else, and they said it was a disaster.
Well, you didn't,
because it did rain. As you saw on our way when we were at the top of the mountain, all that area was getting rained on. That's what they had to go through. So just to let you know, if you're going off of that mountain that we last showed, primarily when you're going down that smooth spot, if it's been a lot of rain, there's another route that you can take that puts you back on the highway and kicks you straight to 10 sleep, and that will save you from going through all that slog if you don't want to. So I think it's a pretty good tip for anybody. All right, we're gonna go have some fun and eat and get some food in our bellies, because it's been a long time since we've done that. So we're out of here. See ya. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Section 7. Stay tuned for Section 6 coming up in the next episode. The scenery is fantastic, and as you can see, I have a drone bag. It's a beautiful section, and it will not disappoint. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe for future videos, and ring the bell so you'll be notified of incoming content. Thanks so much for watching. That's all for now. Until next time, as always, make life amazing.